Empire State Building.
I think we need to talk to a young man here who has done something bigger than just giving us another banger. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to do something with a gentleman here in studio who has really ushered in just amazing vibes. Can we, in the Z100 Artist Interview Lounge, presented by Grubhub, make it a little loud for the homie Rema stepping into the building? There it is.
Rema, our Afro beats prince, as people like to call you, but you're humble, you're modest. Like you're saying, you're not self-proclaimed.
Yeah, I feel like the name. I would say the name came up with the fans and people calling me that. I didn't just like think about it and praise myself or hail myself. That's what they call me. Like wherever I go, interviews I go to, magazines. That's what they just that's what they just put up with.
I mean, the drip alone, the chain, the grills.
I try.
Yes.
He's living up to the name, baby. You gotta live up to it. If you're gonna be, if somebody's gonna put that crown on your head, you gotta make sure that you wear it proudly, bro. And
I try.
Let's start with that. I mean, because it's been a career that it's not an overnight success. And a lot of people may have that misconception, and they may think that, it came out of nowhere. But no, you've been grinding for a while, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it feel now to flash that smile and to know of those years that you've put in, sleepless nights, the lyrics, the women you've had crushes on, you know what I mean? All those that you put into your songs to now have the world really listen and vibe along and bop along to them.
Yeah, I feel really blessed.
Yeah.
I feel chosen.
Okay.
I thank God for His grace, for His love and constant inspiration, for me to just keep like knocking down doors, and here I am in this level. Thank God for people who believe in me.
Yes.
And even people who gave me time to grow and create, and just like stayed waiting for me to convince them.
Yeah.
Because like when I dropped my first EP, it was kind of, I wouldn't say it was just accepted by everyone, because my sound was different and people just needed time to like rock with me. Yeah. Growing up, there were people like, from the first listen where I didn't didn't even want to give them time, but then I started understanding that sometimes artists just need to grow, and you just need to like be patient with their sound and stuff. So shout out to the people who were not fans but gave me time to catch up, and now they're rocking with me. I feel like everyone is a part of this. You, the fans, the people who put people onto my music, and it's not. Yeah, cool. I made the song, but it's like it won't get to this point if people didn't constantly share it or pass it to other people, create contents and all. I'm really grateful for people believing in a young kid from Benin City. Yeah.
And Rema, I have to say, when I'm digging into your past, like such an interesting come up from you, very humble beginnings, but not a lot of people can say that at 17 they made their first million. That is crazy to hear. And looking back on that, a lot of us think, dang, money buys happiness. Like if I got that, like that'd be crazy. What did you learn at that age about money?
At that age, I realized that I didn't need the money.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I didn't need the money at the time. I just made it for people who had need for money, and I knew that whatever need they were trying to chase was going to make life more comfortable for me. So the person who I knew needed it more was my mom.
Yeah.
So I handed everything I made to her. I know it was cool to, drive around the city as a 17-year-old in a cool whip, but I can't, drive a cool whip and my mom don't have a car, or my mom have to borrow my keys, had to put her on first.
Yes.
Passing all of that to her, whatever investment she made, I made my first million at 17, but I made more than a million, but it's cool to be in that stage of, it's cool to be in that,
To be able to provide
to be able to provide,
be able to provide for the woman who
Yeah.
gave birth, but not only that was there to make sure that you were in your sessions
Exactly.
that kept you focused
Exactly.
on the other goals that made sure you probably had to do all your chores, you know,
Yeah.
to do all that stuff. But to be able to provide not only for her, but also for what we said before we cracked the mic here,
Yeah.
is to put on for the culture, to be able
Yeah.
to be that person that allows the rest of the world to become that much more familiar with your sound, with Nigerian sound, with all the different, well, with the special kind of I mean, do we call it like Afro rave? Do we call, how would you put a title on the music that is Rema's music?
Um, I'll call it Afro rave. I
Okay.
call it Afro rave. But not denying the fact that it's a subgenre from Afro beats.
Yes.
Because it's mainly inspired by Afro beats. Afro rave is just my perception,
Yeah.
my delivery, and how I go around it. You feel me? Because I had to do a lot of work in finding my sound. I had to do a lot of work in pushing and convincing minds to tap into my frequency. And when they actually saw the light, they actually saw the benefits of rocking with this kid. Yeah, I worked hard for this sound. I worked hard to start a movement. And at the point I realized that it deserved a name. In as much as we're pushing Afro beats, I think what I'm here to do is impactful and iconic, and it's best I give it a name so that whatever youths get inspired from this sound, is tapped into the source, which is me.
That's the
It
riches.
is
That's the
you.
riches. That's the millions. That's the riches that you're speaking about. Is that is all of that right there? Oh man, yes.
And I think it's so cool that you're able to combine like your sound with one of the biggest pop stars, one of the most famous Latinas in the entire world, Selena Gomez. Your guys's like friendship you shared that came about before you even blew up. That she liked your sound, and then she pulled up to one of your shows. Did you believe that she was actually going to pull up? Did you tell everybody like, "Yo, Selena Gomez said she's rolling through"? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, I told everybody.
As you should. As you
Yeah,
should.
I told everybody. I won't lie. Like before, cause I usually tell my team to set up a car for me, cause I usually like to drive to the show.
Yeah.
I have an international driver's license, so I usually.
Oh.
Yo, that was
Yeah.
a flex if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Man. Damn the chain in the
Yeah,
fronts,
no,
man.
because,
Is
like-
there a special test for that?
Yeah, no, because like I kind of like gain adrenaline, heading to that stage, but like
Yeah.
driving there, I feel like Batman,
Heck yeah.
because I know I'm gonna kill it, so I just need that adrenaline, getting on stage and everything. So, yeah, I was at that point. I was, I was confused about what to wear. I was like, "Is she really coming?" I was just like,
I feel like no one would believe me.
and in the car, I was just, playing her verse. At the time, she already sent me her verse, and that was the first time she was about to see me. I was just like, I was thinking in the car, like, whoa, what am I going to say when I finally meet her? And when I met her, she was just a sweet soul, and I felt really comfy. We had a great combo. And
What did you smell like?
amazing.
Oh, yeah, she's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having
Yeah.
hugged Selena a few times myself too, bro. You melt in her arms.
Same.
Yeah. I just couldn't stop hugging her.
You
It
know
was
what's
amazing.
up.
Yeah.
And, with that, how important was it? How special is it? Like Crystal was saying, you have a Nigerian-born artist. You have a Latina singing in Spanish on this record. When you're talking about the mixing of cultures, now it's a global record that people who don't speak either one of those languages, maybe even English as their third or fourth language, is connecting to this song. How special is that to you to know that this is more than just a song, but what that song really, at its construction, represents and means? It's got to be dope.
Yeah, it's cutting across all territories.
Yes.
Breaking boundaries. Seeing African music in territories that it has never got into before, and having people to collaborate with me to help me break those boundaries, open those doors. Because I'm really grateful for the success and where Afrobeats is at right now, but I can really see the future of Afrobeats right now, because people's attention are on us right now. The words that we finally got the attention. We've been working so hard for decades. Shout out to the OGs who have
Drop
placed
some
the
names. Drop some names while you're at it.
yeah, the Fela, Don Jazzy, Tubaba, The Banj, The Prince, One Day Cole, Whiskey, Burna, Davido,
Yeah.
the likes of Runtown, Techno, Timaya, just a whole
You see what I'm
bunch.
getting from that is that that's new to us. Those are names that I have, or anyone who's watching or listening to this
Yeah.
interview may have never known. But to be able to be on this platform and to use it for the greater good, that's what makes you special.
Yeah, I must add as well, P Square. You know, they were the first even flying private jets before any of us. You know,
Yeah.
they were the first doing stadium shows before any of us. You know, but it had to take generation to generations to start like opening doors. I won't lie, like getting in the game, I enjoyed the benefit of their hard work,
For sure.
and I feel like it's an unconscious responsibility for me to open doors as well for the next generation. I just
You're over here
And
just
let us
dropping
who
gems.
aren't too familiar with Nigerian culture know, like when you're growing up, what kind of American influences are you guys listening to?
American influence. Everybody was impacted by Michael Jackson and the,
There it
and
is,
the rest
yeah.
of them. I was more
Don't
conscious.
say Jermaine Jackson. Don't say Tito Jackson. Don't say one of the other Jacksons.
I'm just letting you know where I started, paying attention and knowing names, because I
Yeah.
know my parents were, rocking with the old stuff, but I was more inclined into rock music.
Like
And
who?
at the time it wasn't like, it was just, I knew Nirvana at the time.
Yeah.
Nirvana, and then my mom didn't really like what I was really binging on.
Yeah.
And she got us a cable, and I started listening to gospel rock. There's a
Wow.
station is like had gospel rock. Then hip hop music really caught my attention, and yeah, I was now really huge on hip hop. But she switched it up again when she noticed I was like getting into hip hop too much. So she started buying like gospel hip hop.
Yeah.
So I was kind of inspired. Started rapping in church and stuff like that. 'Cause I started mainly from the church.
Wow.
Dude. Oh, to have that
And now that
foundation.
you have Selena Gomez on your track, have you been exposed to like more Latino artists that are popping up globally?
Um, I don't get a question one more time.
Have you been hearing any Latino music, like
Oh,
artists
yeah.
that you've been?
Yeah, and yeah, I know the Bad Bunnies.
Yeah.
I knew.
All right.
And yeah, the Becky G.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
I worked with Becky G 2019.
The remix is fire.
Yeah, I worked with Becky G 2019. I know Karol G.
Yes. Another fire.
Yeah, Rosalia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been.
You about it?
Yeah, J
We would love to
Balvin.
hear- Okay.
Damn,
J
dog.
Balvin, Faid as well, like
Mhm.
FEID. Yeah, just people like that. Yeah.
Tapped in. You're tapped in. What I'm learning, what we're learning from this is that knowledgeable. You're not just creating music just to throw something out there. I mean, it's a dedication. It's a craft. That
Yeah.
you've allowed to evolve. And the focus of the convo here is just how amazing and special it is to usher in so many different types of music to be. You said it. These bridges throughout the world. You're connecting so many folks with your sound. When you get out onto the stage and you see people, whether it's at tonight Jimmy Fallon, you know what I'm saying, you're here in the States, he doesn't let people do two songs too many times, dude, you know what I'm saying, or it might be a festival or a stage somewhere. From your vantage point, looking out to the crowd and seeing everybody, how proud are you in your heart when you see like, I'm sharing who I am and you guys are really dialed in?
I really get my feelings these days, because like there are instances like in my last tour where people were just driving from different cities to come to the venue, and just seeing lots of cars and people from all parts of the world, not just African people. There was a time I used to do tours and just African people pull up to my show, but seeing so much diversification like in my shows, it just shows that I've really impacted people from different territories and brought everybody in one room. I get really emotional because at first it's just like seeing everybody as one put together just because of music. Music uniting people. And it's a blessing because even the Africans pulling up to the show, they were, at the time they were usually used to, seeing their fellow people in the show, but now seeing a whole, demographic of people in one show, it's very special. Everyone just feel united. That first means a lot to me. And me personally, just seeing my hard work, being appreciated, seeing how much, because I put in a lot of work. I barely sleep. I've not had any vacations since, the first EP. I've just been going hard and seeing the results of the hard work, knowing that my mom would be really proud, because I sent my mom videos immediately when I stepped down on the stage. I take selfies with the crowd and stuff like that. Like, mom, shut down. Denmark.
Yeah.
Mom, shut down.
That's not gonna get old to her
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, she don't really know much about the plaques and stuff. Like, she just asked me, "What's this ROIAA stuff?" I was like,
Hey.
"So it means that I sold so units. Explain what is units." And just like, it's
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, man, I'm just so grateful to God
When you think about how proud you're making your mom, what was that moment like when you were able to show her? You see this, Mom? This is Barack Obama. And this song is on his playlist. This is the president of the United States of America. This is how important it is that I'm doing these things. And another thing is also, what do you think that he was doing when he first put that song? We put Iron Man on his playlist. Do you think that he was like in an office working on some nuclear codes, maybe on vacation, and all of a sudden he's like, "Yo, Michelle, this song here from this young man named Rema." Yeah. Like, where do you think he was at when you were able to see that popped up to you? You got that alert.
Look, like, I swear I did. I didn't even think that deep. But it's like, firstly, I just really wanted to know how the music got to him.
Yeah.
At first,
Probably
because
Selena Gomez.
It could have been. Yeah.
I don't know, but one thing that really stood out for me, because my first EP, where I really got like a lot of like backlash and, yo, what type of sound is this? Oh, you sound Indian, you're Arabian, stuff like that. The song that got most criticism was Iron Man, because it was just so weird,
It was so different.
and people, maybe was blowing up and doing his thing, but seeing Barack Obama not go for the most popular song in the EP and go for like the one that was, really like secluded or weird or being like criticized the most, kind of like got my confidence back up. And I was really grateful for. It was like a sign that, just keep doing your thing. It's gonna go to the right ears,
Ooh.
and
Man,
that was
that
how
it
special.
did.
Yeah.
And I love hearing that you're in such better spirits, because I heard you saying that when you were writing some of your songs on the first EP, you were like really down, like you were really depressed. So what gets you out of that? Because we all go through that when we're just in a rut or like we're just hella sad. So how do you get out of that when you're feeling those ways?
In as much as there are a lot of intellectual ways and self-reflection, I'm religious, so I pray. Yeah, music is one of my therapy. Like, music helped me. When I make a lot of beautiful music when I'm sad, I won't lie.
Yeah.
Music is my therapy, and sometimes you just need someone to talk to. Sometimes it's just like it's just like my flesh and my spirit not matching each other's energy, and they're conflicting. I just need to like switch up something. I need more knowledge. I need to educate myself more, or my brain just needs something to feed off of, so that I can have like more visual for what the future is like. Sometimes it's just more about educating my spirit, because sometimes your soul is very thirsty, and not for entertainment, it's just for knowledge. You just want to know what the future holds for you, but you don't have enough knowledge to create that image for you, even if it's a mirage. But it needs something to just like build for you,
And then sometimes you do just need like a getaway or like something just to get your mind off things. Have you been watching anything on Netflix or YouTube? Like, what do you like to watch?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, when people say, or when I say, "Oh, yo, I'm feeling down," they say, "Go out." I'm a huge introvert. I like to stay indoors. But yeah, Netflix. These days I don't really be watching TV. I do. I just hop on websites and just watch animes and stuff. Like.
What do you watch?
I really like Bleach. I really like. I like One Punch Man is
One
getting
Punch
to
Man?
me. I went back to Naruto to just
That's iconic.
yeah, because I didn't really want to watch Naruto, because I usually had arguments with my friends back in high school.
About what?
I never saw the anime, but I always vouch for Bleach. Like, yo, Bleach is stronger. We have crazy ass
Yo,
arguments.
that's how you start a fight with the homies.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm never gonna watch it.
That's funny.
But now I'm getting back to it. I'm like, wait, it might actually be right though. He got some power though.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Dog.
Yeah.
The amount of knowledge that you've soaked in and that you've been able to put into the lyrics of the songs, the sounds, the beats, to trailblaze, as we say, to create your own avenue is truly special. And to really put a firm hug around this conversation, it's the knowledge that that you're doing it for a bigger purpose, and that's really something special. And that's where that's where that foundation is, and that's why it's going to continue, because it's built off of a very firm foundation. So as you continue to do that, man, just thank you for being you. Really truly appreciate you from not moving away from just doing what you feel is best in your heart, even if you have to take those times to dig deep and find out what that next sound is going to be. You're doing the work that is so true to you, and that's why the world, every corner of it, is really finally getting to know how special you are through this particular song, through Calm Down. And
Heck yeah.
It's
an amazing journey, most especially creatively for me, because when people go back to my catalog, they realize that no songs sound the same. I won't walk in the studio to try to create another Calm Down. I just keep creating whatever my soul resonates with.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, Calm Down doesn't sound like Holiday, doesn't sound like Woman, doesn't sound like Iron Man, doesn't sound like it's
Its own thing.
But it's all you.
Yeah, it's all me. It's just it's a reflection of my spirit, and as it grows, as it changes, and my moods and my stories and my experience, keep piling up, so does the sound. I just see myself as a vessel. That's it.
And speaking on that journey, I always like to ask, looking back, other than getting your mom her car and being on Barack Obama's playlist, like, what has been your proudest moment so far, your biggest accomplishment?
Proudest moment.
I mean, if you say hugging Selena Gomez, it's cool. Because I understand.
Proudest moment in terms of music or just life in general?
Both, either, whatever you think.
For life is just being able to provide. Just being able to put food on my family's table, and being able to help my guys. Help my brothers, uplift them, whatever you're doing, photography, whatever, it's them type of help that you want nothing back, but you just feel like all they just need is a chance. You feel me? Being able to create chance for people.
Yes.
Because someone created an opportunity, a chance for me to bless the world this much. So I can't imagine how much them, the people I help they're gonna bless the world. I can't imagine how much they're gonna bless the world. So, I go hard, not just for myself, I go hard for them. As doors open for me, I want to open doors for them.
I can tell you've been praying. I can tell you've been going to church. And what about in your career? Like, what has been the most proud moment for you in music and your career and journey?
It's a proud moment. There are a lot though, but I think one is really viral. Seeing me in Australia and the crowd is just singing my song, and they won't even let me sing.
They
pay to watch
I
me
can't hear.
perform.
And they're doing all the
Calm
work.
down, y'all.
When they're doing the work, I was like, yo. They didn't let me use the mic, man. I had to stop the music because, like, yo. They just kept going. That was a very, that touched my soul. That was when I actually realized that, I actually made it,
It's because of you, bro. And just to put that final nail in the coffin, it's because you're doing what's true to you. You're connecting on a level that isn't fabricated. It's not something because you're chasing after the wrong things. It's because that you are just a vessel. You said it several times here. You're the opportunity for others to succeed as well. You just so happen to be successful yourself, but it's because you're doing it from that place in here that is the most important. I mean, I'm getting emotional thinking about it, because there aren't too many people at 22, 23 years old who fully understand that, and you tapped into that energy when you're even younger than that, man. And now you're just reaping the benefits from all that hard work, dog. And you're doing it for a bigger reason, man. And thank you for letting us press play on that song, on this song, on the biggest radio station in the world. We're just vessels to help you amplify your sound.
I'm gonna say thank you because like there are millions of people that would never hear this song if not for you guys. You know, everyone is just important in this journey. And like, I would say thank you for being part of the journey.
Yeah.
You know,
We're here
when I'm
for it,
telling
bro.
my stories, you know, your names are, you know, in bold letters because, you know, you write for me, like you support, you know, the culture. It means a lot to all of us. You feel me? You know, when I get back home and I get a chance to like speak with the OGs and all, and you know, just tell me how things have gotten easier, like on like 5 years ago, on like 4 years ago, until you guys came. You guys are doing so much. You know, not just me. You know the rest of the generation. You know, Fireboy, you know the Omalays, the Ashake, the rest of them, Joe Boy, all my boys like they're working hard.
Doing records with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
those bridges don't get connected. You know what I mean? Like,
You know.
yes,
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, I bet I you know I can look back to the interviews where the OGs were saying like, "Yo, watch out for the next generation. This is what they're gonna do," and we're actually doing it. You know, we're just living in a prophecy right now.
Yeah.
So
What is some advice you can give to that next generation that's even following after you?
advice. The circle don't have to be too big. It can be small and very effective. Stay prayerful. Stay you. Stay real as possible. Don't put the money first.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about the money first. It's just, you know, chase the dream. You know, ride for the passion and everything will be added. That's pretty much it.
Man, no, that's a whole lot. No, not pretty much it. That's a whole lot, man. We thank you for your energy, for your time, for your spirit, for your sound, for your humility, for all of those words. We can go down the entire thesaurus, bro. But you're doing the right thing, and that's what legacy sounds like, and that's what you're creating, dog.
Thank
So
you.
one time, let's give him a round of applause because
Rema,
this right
baby.
here is Rema hanging out in Z100's Artist Interview Lounge.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.